brother Levell B in 3D, masquerading for nobody.
Have mercy on me, O God, according to your unfailing love, according to your great compassion. Blot out my transgressions, wash away all my iniquity, cleanse me from my sin, for I know my transgressions and my sin, they're always before me. Oh yeah.
You're in tune to WELUV The Truth Network.
Against you and only you have I sinned, and done this which is evil in your sight, so that you are right when you speak, and justified when you judge me. But wash away all my iniquity, and cleanse me from my sin, for I know my transgressions and my sin, they're always before me.
This is the Rant.
Cleanse me one more time, oh Lord, yeah.
Yeah, this is the Rant
Play.
for the number 14. Yeah, we're still on the 4th day of April, 2024. 4 days removed from Resurrection Sunday. Yeah, have mercy, Lord.
Oh, cleanse me, Lord, and this I know. What was red as crimson will be whiter than snow. Oh, renew a right spirit within me, O Lord, and cast me not away from thy holy presence. Oh, and don't take your spirit from me, but wash away all my iniquity, Lord. Cleanse me from my sin, for I know my transgressions and my sin, they're always before me, yeah. I need you to wash away all my iniquity, Lord, and cleanse me from my sin, for I know my transgressions and my sin, they're always before me, yeah. Oh Lord, wash away all my iniquity, cleanse me from my sin, for I know my transgressions and my sin, they're always before me. They're always before me, oh yeah, yeah. Always before me. They're always before me. Always before me, yeah.
Celestial Sights and Sounds America, LLC. Who me? Again, I say I'm Brother Levell B in 3D, masquerading for nobody, a true apostle of liberty, here with a Rant number 14. And again, we're still on the 4th day of April here, knocking out 2 rants today, 13 and 14. This is number 14, and I will continue on with the guilt and the mercy of God. There's a tune I really adapted from, I call it Psalm 51 adaptation, and I got that psalm from David. If you read Psalm 51, you'll find, that ideal, that concept, and some of the very words that I used in the Melodic Message Spot, they came from Psalm 51. And again, this rant, I'm trying to tell you, I'm speaking to primarily, believers, the Ephesians 4:11 bunch, those supposed to be, called to the ministry, who really turn that down there. That's get that noise out of here. That was my laptop still making that noise. But anyway, we need to get our stuff straight. the things in America. We're talking economics, politics, and religion here at the CDAM, the Celestial Digital Audio Messenger. And pretty soon we'll be on video, because when I finally post these things, I'm learning now. I'm practicing. And if you go back to rant number 1, you know, it's really like, whoa, what is he talking about? You know, but my rants, I jump back and forth, you know what I'm saying? I'm thinking there's somebody out there who can get some help from what I'm saying. A personal testimony that I'm giving and just some of the verbal rapability. But hey, I'm telling you, it's all biblically correct verbal rapability. And the words are meant to edify your soul. And certainly the melodic message spots are designed to be good to your ear hole. Thank you very much. Well, let's talk about the politics of it, the economics of it, and the spiritual part, which would be the religion part. But I just use religion as a word that can get you honed in on what I'm really dealing with, the relationship part, relationship with God and whoever else you think your higher power is, you know. And if your higher power is not God, and I know you say it's my opinion and all that, okay, cool. But I'm just saying, you know, when it comes time for you to give an account, you know, you ain't going to have no excuses. And the word will tell you that. Man is without excuse. Just by seeing what has been made and how the universes and all the planets go around each other, and the stars, all of them just operate, and they stay in their sphere, and they don't bump into each other, and they don't crash, you know what I'm saying? The sun don't get too close to the earth or too far away from the earth, you know what I'm saying? And everything is just, you know, moving on its axis the way it's supposed to be, you know, and you just think that happens by happenstance, you know. If you want to talk about science, you got to talk about God. God is science. There's a science to this madness. For instance, you know, you take the politics of it and the economics. Where we live now in America. When I say we, I mean Americans. We and we can. Yeah, we can be fools. We can be stupid. Or we can be relatively smart. We're free to be both. One at a time, though. You can't be smart and stupid at the same time. But yeah, you can. Because there's some people who are relatively, you know, reasonably intelligent, you know, prudent for the most part. But when it comes to talking about a certain person who used to be president, they seem to have poop for brains. You know what I'm saying? Or they poop bricks. What's up with that? Oh, they hate this guy so much that they're willing to vote for somebody who's going to put them in chains. The very thing he accuses, this party accuses the other party of, and they don't really, the same thing they accuse the other party of is what they actually are doing. This is so wild, and we as a people, if you're a believer, then if you don't vote for the one who has the policies that will allow you to live your life a little bit more with liberty and freedom, with a little bit more money in your pocket, a little bit more to be able to spend at the store, the gas tank, or go shopping, or to have in your bank account. Somebody who's gonna have policies and less regulations to help you get your business off, you know, and started and carry on. Not going to necessarily, punitively hit you with taxes. If you don't want to vote for that person, then you can't vote for the one who is want to do you that. You just hold your vote. That's the only intelligent or whatever that you can do. If you have any integrity, just don't vote, you know. But if you go and vote, throw your lot in with those who want to kill babies, you know, and just totally throw you under the bus when it comes to having the resources to feed your family and, to carry on, just to live. Hey, if you want to vote for that, then you voting. You need to just go live in Venezuela, Cuba. Go ahead and live in North Vietnam and just go ahead and live in one of those countries that already do that kind of stuff. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. And yet you go to church, the ones who do, church, talking about praise God and thank you, Jesus, and all of that, and then come out and vote for a bunch of slut bucket, white collar, amoral thugs that hate God, hate you, and it's apparent, but you can't see it. Isn't it amazing? Freaky deaky, baby. I mean, and these are people who are otherwise that might be deemed to be intelligent, hardworking, people. But something is missing, and that is the truth. Yeah, the truth will make you free. The truth hurts sometimes, but it always will make you free. Free of what? Free of guilt. Free of a monkey on your back because you got to lie. And if you don't lie, then you ain't got to remember nothing. In other words, if you tell the truth, you ain't got to remember nothing. Hey, you talking to an expert liar right here. I'm a witness to this, man. I ain't talking something that I don't know, but I just see it. The economics of it. Say when gas was a little bit a whole lot less than what it is now. But isn't it interesting when the Trump Meister was in office, things were moving pretty good. And they were moving pretty good in spite of a relentless, exhausting attack on him and his family, with all of the crap, whatever, just what's going on now. He ain't even in office. They trying to keep him from getting back in office, and you see what's happening now. And yet, what I'm tripping on is the fact that with all these folk that I know, not all of them, but most, it's okay. It's okay that that they do Trump the way they doing it. But again, they being the system, being the judicial system, and they've done folk like this for years. Trump ain't nothing new, But what we are God is allowing us to see is the fruit of the fact that evil has rose up and is unashamedly in the wide open, and God is allowing Donald Trump to be the poster child for what we know has been happening for decades. And the thing I'm embarrassed about is that it's black folk, it's colored folks that's leading the charge, being used like house Negroes to carry out this vendetta against this man. But I'm just saying too that whatever has happened, when good is in the presence, evil is in the presence as well. Well, I mean, here's what I'm saying. Watch. Biblically speaking, let's go to the Bible. Biblically correct. Dealing with the evil and the good. Let's go back, whatever. I don't know, you go Cain and Abel back in the day. Cain was born, he's the oldest, firstborn, Then Abel, boom. What happens? Cain being the firstborn, Abel secondborn. You had the fleshly attitude, and then you had the more spiritual attitude. Why? Cain mostly dealt with the earthly thing, and that was his ideal, temporal, earthly stuff. And it wasn't that bad because he was a working dude. He handled his business, you understand? and he tilled the land. But Abel didn't till the land as much. He was more of a herdsman. He had flocks. He was a rancher. Kind of dude. Less farmer, more ranching. Cain, more farmer, less ranching. But when it came down where the rubber meet the road to talk about faith, when they were taught what God had taught their mama and daddy about bringing sacrifices. You understand? Cain had his way of doing it, but Abel had God's way of doing it. Whoo. Boom. You had what was evil because it was against what God said. Then you had what was good because it was how God said it would be. But now, let's move on, though. Let's do a better analogy, though, or display of good and evil in the presence, is when in Job it's recorded that the sons of God, the angels were in the presence of God. They had a congregation going on. And Satan was right there right there in the midst of it. You know what I'm saying? He was just chilling because God called attention to it. Said, "Hey, Satan, what you doing? What's happening?" Satan said, I ain't been doing nothing but chilling. I've been going to and fro, seeing what I can get into, who I could dupe, and who I can accuse. And Satan didn't bring Job up. God brought Job up. God started the conversation, by the way. God said, "Hey, have you considered my servant Job?" He said, yeah, well, I tell you what, he don't serve you. He don't have faith and carry on the way he do for nothing, man. You bribe him. See what I'm saying? He gets a payoff. You know what I'm saying? God said, "Well, hey, let me tell you something. You go down there, okay, and you take what he's got. But don't touch him. Don't put your hands on him. All right?" And Satan said, "Oh, yeah, I'm going to plunder him. I'm going to take all his goods from him. And he going to curse you to your face. Watch." And God said, "Yeah, carry on." You know the story. My point is this, is that evil is always in the presence of good. Paul said it like this. He wrote this. He said, "Hey, when I seek to do good, evil is present." He said a few other things. You can check Romans out. Romans, chapter 7, something like that. But whatever. What's my point? My point is, you people supposed to be believers, you act like you don't know these things. You should know in your own body, your own brain. When you seek to do something good, when you get something and have in your mind to do something good, you don't even need nobody outside of you to tell you nothing evil. It just comes in your mind. It just messes with you. And you have to struggle through. Some of us, it took me a long time to get that. I want to do something good, then I end up falling to the temptation of whatever the distraction is, whatever was going to hold me back from doing that which I knew was good to do or right to do. Then, of course, you eventually have to suffer the consequences for it. But again, eventually, through the mercy of God, through his patience, his faithfulness, you eventually learn the lesson. You learn to listen to God. You learn to do what you know is right to do. I remember getting high oftentimes, wondering, if I keep doing this, if I get another hit, if I do this, then I'm going to end up dead or in jail. Sometimes going to jail will save your life. But I was just had enough in me enough what? Enough goodness, enough of the word to stave off that evilness that was in me. And how did David said? David said that when the enemy came in like a flood, God raised up a standard against him. Oh, and what was that standard? The standard was the word. Yes, sir. You know, Ephesians 6 tell you put on the whole armor. Paul said put on the whole armor of God. And if you read down the list of that whole armor, you know, physically, it describes, you know, the apparatus or the dress of a soldier, you know, the breastplate and the sword and the shield, the helmet, you know, feet shod, all that. It would be a soldier dressed for battle, by the way. You know what I'm saying? He's not in his dress blues or his class A's. He's in his BDUs. He's in his battle uniform. You know what I'm saying? And so all of that is the word. Every last piece of that is the word. And guess what? Jesus is the word. What? Say what? Yes, sir. Jesus is the word. The Rhema. You understand? Yes, sir. So, every one of those pieces of armor describes the word. And the word is Jesus. Thy word is truth. That's what Jesus said. In John 17, he said, hey, then what is truth? Thy word is truth. So, the truth will make you free. So I'm just saying to you, from me to you with a friendly boo, these are things we have to go through. How you going to vote for an amoral, God-hating Catholic, calls himself Biden, and if you look at the whole of the party, you have a death celebrating, America hating, God hating, family hating cult of unbelievers, lying, Marxists, socialists, Satan-filled individuals, and you supposed to be a Christian and you gonna vote for him. Oh, no, you don't like Trump. Fine. Don't vote then. Keep your ass at home. Yeah, I said it. It don't make no sense at some point. But, hey, I done talked too long. That's why I said that word ass. Because I done talked too long. Hey, this is Brother Levell B in 3D, masquerading for nobody, a true apostle of liberty. And, of course, ass is in the Bible. Oh, yeah. Peace.